Hi everyone, my name is Lydia and this is what I wish they taught me about econometrics and introduction. In the previous two videos, we have seen the computation of the probability of finding a z value that is bigger than 1.2 through two different ways. We did the first one through the usual CDF, meaning writing an expression of what is the actual probability of the area that we're looking into, and then we use one of the tables from Murdoch and Barnes to actually find that particular value, which ended up being 11.51. In this video, we're going to use another table. And if for any of you, this is looking familiar, it's because if you're starting with the Wooldridge book, then this is actually the table that they use at the end of the Wooldridge book. There is no legend to this table. However, they have given you, and this is the reason why I've only picked the bottom part of the table, they have given you some explanation on how this table was produced. And you've told here this table was generated using stata, function, norm, probit. So, of course, apart from stata, there's other softwares out there that you can use to easily calculate the Z value without you having to do anything, but obviously it's always better to understand what you're doing, which is why we're doing this video. So it might not be very clear right away what the legend that they are using is. However, they have given you an example. And out of the two examples actually that they have given you, this is the only one we can check for this part of the table that I have picked. They've told you the probability that Z is smaller than 1.84 here. So 1.84, let's say it's right here. This is 0. So they are telling you probability of seeing something less than that is 96.71%. If we go and check the number that's given as a probability in this table, we're going to find 1.84. So we need to go along this line. And then 84 would be starting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be along this column. The intersection of this column and line should give us the number 96.71. So what that means is actually they are using the definition that you theoretically know about the CDF and the probability that it shows for generating it. But what does that mean for the exercise that you had? Because now this table is giving you something that is the opposite of what you want. So right now you need to find this area. And they have given you instead this area. This area in this particular case for 1.2, we're going to find the line that starts with 1.2. We don't have anything after the 2, so we're just going to stop at the first number that we have in here. So the information given is that this shaded red area is that 0.8849, which means now you are the one that needs to do that computation to get the orange shaded area probability, which means, well, the probability of seeing something that is actually bigger than 1.2 is going to be the probability that I see everything minus the probability that I don't see what I need, which is the 0.8849, or we would have written it as the psi of 1.2. Okay, so everything accumulated up until 1.2. And this number, not a surprise, shouldn't be a surprise to any of you, should give you exactly the same number that you found in the previous table. Because keep in mind, it doesn't matter whether you're using a legend that gives you the number on the left or the number on the right. Ultimately, these probabilities should be the same, which is exactly what we get here finally. I hope this series of little videos on understanding the tables and understanding which information is given to you has cleared up a little bit of the problems or confusions that you might have had with solving exercises with probabilities. Keep in mind, these are going to be very crucial when we start doing hypothesis testing. So in cases where you have to actually go and sit an exam in person, it's very important that you know how to read these tables so that you know exactly which table you're using, which information you're using to get the correct answer for your exercise. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.